Have you ever played Joust? It was a game made by Williams where you rode an ostrich and tried to kill other people on ostriches. Okay, different question. Have you played Balloon Fight before? Well, if yes, then you've played Joust without even knowing it. It's pretty common knowledge now that Balloon Fight is a soft ripoff of Joust. And you know what? It is. But just because something's a ripoff doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, a lot of movies that I absolutely love have pretty big controversies about if they were ripoffs or not. And I like to see Balloon Fight in the same way. Is it derivative? Yes. But it also has its own unique identity from all the stuff they added. To me, Balloon Fight doesn't feel like a malicious ripoff, but more so a game that took heavy inspiration from Joust. Like, sure, the idea of fighting enemies one-on-one by tapping the button repeatedly to get higher than them is taken directly from Joust, yeah. But I don't really feel like it was that original of an idea to begin with. Personally, I feel like the claims that Balloon Fight is just a straight-up ripoff of Joust hold about as much water as claims that Sonic is a ripoff of Mario. Like, yeah, Sonic took the basic idea of what a platform game is from Mario, but to just label Sonic as a ripoff would be completely unfair to the first few games. I mean, for the later games, sure, but let's not talk about those right now. I'm kind of shocked that this will be my 15th black box game I've reviewed. It's also an Animal Crossing, so I can cross one off that list. I first played Balloon Fight on the NES Classic Edition, but funny enough, that wasn't the first time I'd heard of it. If you happen to be one of the 10 other people in the world who owned a Wii U, then you might remember the extremely underrated game Nintendo Land. Well, one of the games in that was based on the balloon trip mode of Balloon Fight. I have absolutely no idea why they would pick this game of all games, but hey, at least it's not the Ice Climbers again. First things first, I really like the title card, especially because it uses balloon letters. Or are they called bubble letters? I have no idea. I mean, this game does have both balloons and bubbles, so it works either way, I guess. There are 3 options on the title screen. A and B are the 1 and 2 player modes of the main game, which is the one that most people call the Joust ripoff. Like Ice Climbers or Mario Brothers, this game actually has cooperative multiplayer, and I would highly recommend it. It's really fun. Your goal in this game is to pop everyone's balloons and then hit them on the ground. At this point I would tell you about the enemies you're fighting, but I can't. There's no information on them. In fact, the manual literally just calls them enemies. You can only pop an enemy's balloon when you collide with them at a higher altitude. Of course, they try to do exactly the same thing to you, but you have 2 balloons. Now, I just learned from reading the manual that this game has a built-in turbo. Hitting the A button only flaps your arms once, but hitting the B button makes you flap your arms continuously. If only I had known that before recording the footage. Ow, my aching finger. One thing that I really like about this game is how weighty you feel. I love it when games have a really good sense of momentum, and this game does that really well. You really have to fight to turn around or go back up, and I love that. Sure, it's a little awkward, but I would imagine that doing this in real life would feel awkward too, so it works perfectly. Every few stages, you'll get a bonus round where you have to hit balloons that come out of pipes. It also gives you back your balloon if you only have one, so that's pretty nice. I forgot to mention that in the co-op mode, you can actually pop each other's balloons. The good news is in the bonus stages, you actually don't get penalized for it. Going back to the ordinary levels, there's a fish that'll eat you if you get too close to the water. You know, maybe this entire game is just an adaptation of the story of Jonah. Am I crazy? Is that crazy? Yeah, it is, never mind. There are also clouds that will shoot out lightning if you take too long. Hey, wait a second. That's just like the storm that God sent that made Jonah jump into the ocean. Suspicious. I mean, if it is true, they definitely took some creative liberties, didn't they? Ripping off Joust and the Bible. For shame, Balloon Fight. For shame. Anyway, the third mode of this game is Balloon Trip, and it's actually really fun. You have to fly above the ocean while the screen scrolls left, which seems a little wrong to me, but whatever. And along the way you collect bonus balloons and dodge lightning. I mean, I think it's lightning anyway, that's what the manual says. I don't think lightning is supposed to float around completely still in the sky like that, but I'm not a weatherman, so I guess it's possible. Have you ever played Irritating Stick or that bubble flying mode in Mario Galaxy? Yeah, it's pretty much that. Also, there are bubbles that stop time. I have no idea what the purpose of these are. So that was Balloon Fight, and overall, it was okay. I mean, there were some parts that annoyed me, but I can forgive that. And while I do think that Joust is a better game overall, I'd say this game is at least unique enough to be worth playing. It's really fun if you just want to play with a friend and be jerks to each other. And if you're playing on your own, the balloon trip minigame is pretty good. Overall, I'm not going to rank it that high. I'd say it's about equal to the Donkey Kong games. I decided to put it right under Clu Clu Land, which coincidentally has also been labeled a ripoff. On a side note, what on earth was I thinking putting Mega Man below Ice Climber? I decided to change it in this one, so if you go back and notice that my ranking is a little different, I probably just changed something. I don't really have any plans to go back and change the list further, because I mostly agree with every other ranking I did. But that one was just like so weird and made so little sense that I feel like I had to change it. In the next 3 days, I have a very special episode planned. You'll see what I mean when I release it. As always, if you have any requests, feel free to leave them in the comments. I read all of my comments, so feel free to say whatever you want to me because I will read it. Anyway, 6.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Like and subscribe. Bye.